Hi, welcome. We're going to do a strength workout for seniors today. I've recently learned that when you add music to your videos, that those videos become blocked on YouTube and then no one can access them. So this is going to be a little bit more boring. We're not going to add any music. Maybe someday I'll figure out how to make all that happen. But for now, I just want to record something and get that up so that you can enjoy it. So we're going to start off with just a nice gentle warm up, just marching in place. You can go at your own pace. You can go nice and slow movements here, really engaging through the core as you lift your knees, or you can go fast to get that blood pumping. You can absolutely do this in a chair. Same movement, just sitting in a chair, you're still raising those knees. So we'll do that for a few more seconds here. And then we'll change it just a little bit and just move our legs out wide, kind of bringing the knees up to the side. Just getting the blood pumping, warming up the legs. Now let's bring them in and out. In, out, in, out, in, out. A couple more here. In, out, in, out, in. And then let's change, just change our legs a little bit, just stepping from side to side. Maybe taking the arms out wide. Just stepping left to right, moving at your own pace here. You can go slow, you can go fast. A couple more. And now let's just change the legs again just a little bit. And let's just kind of kick the foot up behind us. Maybe take our arms out front. Show you what it looks like there from the side. Nice wide steps, just kind of bringing that heel up towards the bottom. Should be getting a little bit winded here. Nothing too much. Just warming up real good. Warm up is important in injury prevention. Let's just do one more each direction. And coming back to standing. Let's kind of do just maybe some shoulder shrugs, maybe rolling the shoulders back. And rolling the shoulders forward. Maybe just some nice little arm swings here. Moving backwards. And coming still. Let's kind of warm up our knees just a little bit and our hips. So standing beside a chair, using that chair for balance if you need it. We're going to take our left leg and just kind of move it back behind the right. Little curtsy lunge. We're going to stick to this right side here, moving the left leg. Not going too deep. Just thinking about pressing through that heel on your right leg. Really warming up those muscles around the knees, warming up the hips. We'll do a couple more on this side. And coming back to still. You might switch to the other side of the chair. It doesn't matter. Holding on there if you need it. And we're going to take that right foot and just curtsy lunge back behind the left. Making sure our knee is heading in the same direction as our toe. Not going too deep. Pressing down through that heel on the left leg. Really warming up the left knee and the left hip. We'll do just a couple more here. And then finding stillness and maybe just standing behind the chair. I'm going to come out here just so you can see me a little bit. Taking our feet out wide and our toes kind of pointed out. Let's just do some plie squats. Again, nothing too deep. We're just warming up. We're using those knees, we're warming up the inner thighs. The chair's there for balance if we need it. Let's do one more. And on the next one, when you're down, let's just kind of hold it right there for just a second. We'll just hang out like it's no big deal. This is just really engaging those quads and really getting those legs warmed up. And press all the way up. Maybe shake those legs out just a little bit. And let's see here what I have. Let's work before we find our seats. Let's just work a little bit on balance. So standing to the side of the chair, we're going to lift the left leg. So maybe have your right hand on the chair if you need it. Maybe try without, or maybe try even just using your finger for balance. That can provide that little bit of balance. We're just going to work on our balance here. So lifting the left leg up. The goal is to get it parallel to the floor. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to add some movement to make it a little bit more challenging. We're about halfway done. About another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's just stay on this same side and let's add just a little bit of movement. You can kick your leg to the front, take it out to the side, bring it across your body, take it back. Whatever feels good. Just trying to maintain your balance. Remember that chair's there if you need it. Maybe try without, or just that finger. That finger right there can just give you the confidence and that sense of balance to help out just a little bit. We got about 5 more seconds here on this side. And bring that leg down. That grounded leg really gets tired doing that. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So switch sides of the chair. That way your left hand can touch the chair if you want. And we're gonna raise our right leg up with the leg is parallel to the floor. That's the goal. And we're just gonna stand here, hang out, and balance for about 30 seconds. Really think about working through those little muscles in your foot on that grounded foot to maintain that balance. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now let's add that movement. Just kicking the leg out front, rotating the hip out to the side, maybe bringing the leg across your body, pushing that leg back. We're just gonna add some movement here, just really working on those little muscles in the foot, on that left foot and that left ankle, just to maintain our balance. Just a couple more seconds. And bringing that foot down, maybe shake it out just a little bit. And let's do some, we're gonna do some alternating reverse lunges. You can do that from behind your chair. You can do that without the chair at all, maybe beside the chair. And we're gonna alternate right and left. So chair's there for balance if you need it. We're gonna start by taking our left foot behind us into a lunge and bringing it back forward, and switch, taking, the right foot behind us into a lunge and back forward. We're just gonna do that a few times here, just alternating legs. You can feel free to get a little bit lower here in this lunge. We've got our legs are pretty well warmed up now. You can add a set of weights if you'd like to make it a little bit more challenging. If you have weights at home or soup cans, whatever, just adds a few pounds, makes it a little bit more difficult than your body weight. Absolutely not necessary though. Let's do 2 more on each leg. And shake that out. I'm just gonna set these down over here. Now let's do some prone leg lifts. So you can stand behind your chair or to the side of your chair. I'm gonna stand to the side. Standing up nice and tall, relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. We're gonna start with the left leg, and we're just gonna lift it up to the side. Hold it for a couple of seconds and lower it back down. Holding for a couple seconds at the top really activates that hip. Do a few more on this side. Last one. Let's hold that up there at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Maybe shake those legs out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So moving over to the opposite side of your chair, lifting that leg up. I need to move just a little bit. Holding it for just a second there at the top and lowering it back down. Nice simple move, but it's super effective. Lift and hold for 2 and lower it down. We'll do a couple more on this side. Last one, lift. We're going to hold that at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it back down. Okay, now we're going to find our seats. And if you have a squishy ball or any kind of a ball, or you can use just kind of a big pillow. I like to, when we do these sit to stands, I like to have something between the knees, not on the bony part of the knee, but on the fatty part of the leg. It just encourages the right spacing, your knees to stay about hip width apart and everything kind of pointing in the right direction as we do these. I am super, super obsessed with doing these sit to stands. I think it is the absolute best way to keep ourselves mobile and strong as we are getting older. So what we're gonna do, put something between your knees. If you have something, if you don't, still do it. And remember, if you find that standing up unassisted is just something that you can't quite do today, fake it. It's still, when you pretend like you're getting up, you're still using those muscles around your knees and your hips and your legs, and it's still good for you. So, hands free. On an exhale, we're just gonna stand up, and we're gonna stand about 3/4 tall, hold for just a second, and sit back down. And again, we're gonna stand up, hold for a couple seconds there at the top, and sit down. There's 3, 4, remember you move at your own pace. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and we're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sit back down. Remove that ball, shake those legs out just a little bit. We're gonna move to our upper body now. So options here. If you have some light weights, absolutely grab those. If you don't, if you happen to have a physical therapy band Absolutely, these bands work great. I think almost all of us have done physical therapy at some point in time. We have these bands. If you don't have either one of those, grab some cans of soup. That'll work too. Not quite as heavy, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? So I'll show you with the weights and with the band for each of these upper body exercises. So we're gonna start with some reverse flies. So if you have weights, go on ahead and grab those. We're gonna hinge the body forward just slightly at the hips, taking our hands down by our shins. And we're just gonna bend the elbows and lift the arms. Really think about engaging through that, it's like squeezing a grapefruit here between your shoulder blades. Exhaling as we raise the weights, inhaling as we lower. If you are using the band, same thing, hinging at the hips, wrap the band around your hand, and just pull, use the resistance of the band. Think about initiating the movement, squeezing that grapefruit between your shoulder blades there. So whichever you're gonna do, let's do 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, we're going to hold it at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Keep your weights or your band on your lap, just for convenience sake. Maybe kind of shake that out just a little bit. And we are going to, let's see here, we're going to do bow and arrows. These are actually easier with the band. Not easier, but I think the band is a little bit more effective, but you can do it regardless. So I'll show you with the weights first. So we're going to bring the weights up about chest height. We're going to hold them out in front of us, and we're just going to bring it back and forward. We'll alternate here, keeping the elbow at or below shoulder height. We don't want it to be up here. That puts too much stress in the elbow. Now, if you're using a band for this, you're just going to have your hands about shoulder width apart, and you're just going to use the resistance of that band and just pull back. Kind of mimicking the bow and arrow movement, I guess. I can't say that I've ever shot one, but it seems like it would be. Do a few more here. Let's do 3 more on each side. Last one. And let it go. Lay that band or those weights down in your lap. Shake that out just a little bit. And then we're going to move into bicep curls. So if you are using the band, you can just take your band down around your feet, kind of wrap it around your hand just a little bit, set up nice and tall. And we're just going to curl the arms up and down, making sure to keep your shoulders relaxed down away from your ears. Your elbows are in close to your body. If you are using the weights, basically the same thing. Our hands are going to be down by our hips. Let's exhale as we engage and inhale as we lower. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. And let's hold that up here And let's actually just do some little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Maybe you rest those weights down on your lap, shake your arms out just a little bit. We got one more move for our upper body, and that is tricep extensions. So the tricep is the little muscle here on the back of the arm. And so if you are using weights, this is what you're going to do. Sitting up nice and tall, your shoulders are relaxed down away from your ears. You're going to hinge forward slightly, bringing those weights up by your chest. And we're just going to extend those arms behind us while keeping our elbows in that lifted position there. And if you are using the bands, I like to do this, it's a little bit different. So you'll be doing one side at a time, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. Keeping one hand, so maybe your left hand up here by your chest and your right hand extending down by your side. So and then when you switch sides, you would just do opposite. So that's how you do that with the bands. I'm gonna grab the weights. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to hold that up there. So if you were using the bands, you can switch over to the other side now. And so we're holding at the top, and let's just do little pulses for 10, 9, 8, shoulders are relaxed, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it in. So we're going to move to the cool down now, but if you have more time and you would like to do some more, just rewind and start that whole thing over. You can skip the warm-up because obviously you're warmed up now, but you could do another set or possibly even 2 sets of both the lower body and the upper body exercises and really get in a nice full workout that you might typically get if you were in a live class with me. So I encourage you to do so. I'm not going to bore you though today with that. Maybe you don't want to do all of that. So we will move into our cool down. So sitting in our chairs, sitting up nice and tall, let's take our fingertips on our shoulders. Let's just do a little bit of shoulder rolls here. Feeling the pops and the cracks. Moving our elbows forward. And then let's just go in reverse. And shaking those arms out. Let's take our right arm and bring it in front of our body, clasping with the elbow of our left arm, keeping our shoulder relaxed down away from our ear. Maybe you roll that wrist out, wiggle the fingers, roll in both directions. And take that right arm up overhead and gently hold on with your elbow, keeping your elbow close to your ear, and just let that hand fall down back behind your head. Nice stretch there in the tricep. And bringing the arms down. Let's take the left hand across the body, hugging it in with the arm of the elbow of your right arm. Maybe you roll that wrist in one direction and then the other. Let that go and take that left arm up overhead. Lower that hand down behind. Maybe you hold on there with your elbow. Nice stretch in the tricep on that left arm. And bringing the arms back down. Let's inhale our arms up overhead. And exhaling, let's just bend over to the side, feeling a nice stretch down the whole left side of the body. Inhaling, coming back up. Exhaling, let's just bend to the opposite side. Feels nice. Inhaling, bringing your arm back up. Exhaling, let's just twist over to the right, maybe holding onto the back of that chair. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling, coming back to center. And exhaling, let's do the same thing, just twist over to the left. And releasing, coming back to center. Let's stretch our necks out just a little bit. Take your right ear and just lower it down towards your right shoulder. Maybe taking your fingers on your head and not pulling on it, just letting the weight of your hand kind of encourage the twist or the stretch, maybe extending that arm out long. And coming back to center. And let's lower the left ear towards the left shoulder. Placing the fingertips on the head, extending that arm long. And releasing and coming back to center. Let's stretch out those legs just a little bit. So maybe coming kind of towards the front of your chair, extending your right leg out long, and just bend over, hinge forward, feeling a nice stretch down the back of that right leg. Nice release in the lower back. Pressing back up, let's just switch and do that on the other side, extending the left leg out long, hinging forward at the hips, enjoying that nice stretch down the back of the left leg. Pressing back up. Let's do pigeon. Let's start with our right leg. If you happen to have a band, that could actually be pretty helpful for this. I'll show you what we're gonna do. You can wrap that band around underneath your foot. You can also just grab hold of your pant leg and just pull that right ankle up onto your left knee. If that's too much, if that does not feel good, you're just gonna leave that foot on the floor and just kind of open up the hip there to the right. If that feels pretty comfortable, just hinge forward at your hips. Come forward and enjoy a nice stretch in that right hip. It feels nice. Pressing back up, releasing that foot down to the ground. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring that left foot up onto our right knee. Remember, each side of the body is different, so just because something felt good on the other side doesn't mean it will here. Absolutely, you can leave that foot down on the floor and just encourage that hip to open. If you're hanging out here and that feels good and you want a little more, just hinge forward, really enjoying that stretch in the left hip there. Pressing back up. Let's just do some nice ankle rolls. Let's do both feet at the same time. Rolling in one direction and then the other. Enjoying any pops and cracks you get out of there. That's just getting the fluid moving. It's good for us. And that is it for today. Like I said, if you have more time or you just want to do a little bit more, absolutely rewind. You can do the entire video again. You could skip the warm-up and just do the lower body and the upper body. Do it another time, maybe even a third time. That would be probably the equivalent of what we would do live in a class. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see your faces live again soon. Bye.